boys and girls. I am Miss Moran, and welcome back to your math lesson. Remember, today we're going to continue with measurement. Today we're going to be measuring different objects either by their length or their height. Remember, when we're measuring by length, we are measuring the object from one end to the other end. So this is the length of this worm from one end to the other end. And we are also going to be measuring by height. And by height is when you measure an object standing up from the bottom to the top, like this little girl right here. And yesterday we talked about the rules for measuring. We talked about that it's important that we only use one unit to measure, which is this one right here. If you use cubes, you're going to use cubes to measure, or if you use paper clips, you will use the paper clips, or if you use the ruler, you'll use the ruler, but you can't use one cube and two paper clips. You have to stick with one unit the whole time you're measuring. Another rule that I told you about is that when you are using the units, you're going to put them in a straight line, like this one that has the thumbs up, straight line. We cannot do a crooked line because our measurement, our answer will not be correct. Also, when we're measuring, we're putting one unit one after another. And we're not leaving any gaps, and we're not putting one on top of the other. And we're also going to start measuring at the beginning, and then we're going to count units all the way to the end of that object. All right. So I know because we're not all in the classroom, it's kind of hard to measure, but I'm going to do some activities here. I'm going to measure and you're going to watch. But then for the homework, since it's hard for me to see and for your teacher to see what you're doing, it's going to be like yesterday's homework where you're just going to count the units. But you still need to learn how to measure for when you're able to measure at school, or maybe even at home. You might be able to practice if you have Legos or paper clips at home, then you can practice after the homework, get objects and practice measuring, okay? So let's start with our activity today. Let me show you what we're going to measure and what we're going to use, what unit we're going to use. Okay, so yesterday I used cubes to measure. Today I'm going to use paper clips. And remember, if you use paper clips, they need to be one after another, one next to each other, okay? We're not leaving any gaps, and we're not going to put one on top of the other either. Okay, so if I'm going to start measuring, can I start measuring right there? Can I start measuring right here? Can I do this? No, because remember, you need to start where the object begins. So I will have to start right here. I can't start right there because our answer will be wrong. We can't say, oh, it's two paper clips wrong, because it's not. You have to start at the beginning, and then you're going to put all your paper clips one next to another, okay? And then you count them. 1, 2, 3. So this toy is 3 paper clips long. Now for the homework, you might have something like this, where the paper clip just keeps going. Let me see. Let me move this a little bit this way so you can see. So it's going to begin where it's supposed to begin. The only thing is that it's going to keep going. Now, you're not going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This toy is 5 paper clips long. You're not going to say that because there's nothing here. So you have to watch where it ends. You will say 1, 2, 3. It stops right here, so you stop right there. So this toy is 3 paper clips long. It's not 5 paper clips. So they're going to try to do that to trick you. You have to look, where does the object begin and where does it end? So you'll say 1, 2, and 3. Okay? And here we were measuring the length of the toy. So now we're going to put this other toy right here. And we're going to start measuring with our paper clips. We're going to start as much as we can at the beginning. And we're going to put in one next to another. And then we're going to have 1, 2, and 3. You could actually say 2.5 because this is half of it. Or you can also say it's almost 3 paper clips long because it's almost 3 paper clips. It's not two because it's bigger than that. So you can go over a little bit, but you can't be really too short with it. So it's going to be 1, 2, and 3 paper clips, or you can say 1, 2, 2.5 paper clips. All right. So your homework for today is going to be something similar. So let me show it to you real quick. So for today's homework, you're going to have different objects that you're going to be measuring. Some of them are going to be with the cube. Some of them are going to be with paper clips, and some of them are going to be with lollipop sticks. Like, for example, here we have a hat with cubes. Here we have a pencil with cubes. Here we have a tiger. And you're going to count the paper clips, another pencil with the paper clips, a hat with the lollipop sticks or the sticks, and a crayon. So what you're going to do is let's do the tiger. You're going to count the units, okay? So here's one we're going to do 2. So for this one, we're going to count how many paper clips, how tall the tiger or the lion is by counting the paper clips. So look, count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so you're going to click on this one and you're going to type in 5. All right. If you're having a hard time being able to type, you can also go over here to the line, select the line, and you can do scribble. And then you can just write 5 like that. Okay. So either way works. All right. So let's do another example. Like here we have a pencil. And see, here we have them putting cubes even after the pencil ends. So don't get tricked. Don't count all these cubes. You need to stop counting where the object stops. So you got to stop around here in the yellow cubes. So let's count it again. See how many cubes long this pencil is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So right here, you're going to click there and you're going to type 7. If you have a hard time with that, remember, you can go over here where the lines are. We'll say select the line, hit scribble, and then you can write number 7. All right. So that's going to be your homework for today. And now let's go over what we just learned today. Okay, so today we measured different objects. Some we measured by length and some we measured by height. And we counted different units. We counted today cubes, how long the pencil was in cubes, paper clips, how big or long the line is, and we also use sticks. So you can use different units to measure, but you just got to remember you have to use the same unit for that object. We also went over the rules for measuring. We learned that we're going to use 1 unit to measure that one object. And that if when we're measuring with the units, we're going to put them in a straight line. We're not going to put them crooked. And that also we're not going to leave gaps in between the units, and we're not going to put them one on top of the other. We also learned that we have to start, like when we're measuring, we have to start putting the units where it begins. We can't start it over here, or we can't start it in the middle either. We have to start it where it begins, and we count the units all the way to where they end. All right. So I hope you enjoyed today's lessons. I will see you here tomorrow. We will continue measuring. Bye-bye.